Please don't. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. I thought that they were going to play the intro, but I caught it before it happened. It happened before it caught it. So, yeah, we are about to put together a virtual studio, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm always having technical difficulties. So I was watching Harry Potter. Hold on. Have y'all ever looked up the words for Area 51? If you split up area and you spell area, it equals 7. If you spell 51, it equals 3. I just I just thought I threw that throw that out there. And I am putting together this studio right now. Um Give me a second to connect you guys. I want to make sure I do this right. I don't want to connect you right now because I have to go do something real quick. Mm-mm. She sat up there and fled to Ireland. Okay, we're in. Um, Here we go. He is a father of the internet. One of the fathers of the internet software. I have to interview him again. Like those companies, I would never dream that, you get what you ask for. Believe. So we have that and we have StreamYard right here. We're gonna put that right there. And I gotta open up a Canva. Uh, Canva. A piece of cotton. That is so cool, yo. It went across my lip and I blew it. And then it came and circled around and went up like a weather balloon or something. It's somewhere floating in this house. That is so crazy. My designs. Let's see. Thirteen, 10. Let me make sure. Ten a.m. Okay. I think everything looks good. Do I need to send him a link? Let me connect you guys now. Whoa. What popped up? Um, some proprietary information. Nothing like, the first thing when I said, whoa, what popped up? A lot of people were thinking something that wasn't even what they always thinking love. When it's not love, it's right. It's proprietary right. Come on. I'm sorry I couldn't show y'all what I see. Sometimes it's like I can't show everything. And this is for my protection. So you might as well just see me and it be like a behind the scenes look at my many facial expressions. I hate my signatures. I don't know who put a code in to mess my signatures up. You have to bear with them, people. I know what I'm doing. I've changed it and it still whites out. That I mean, hey, if you want to make me look, you can make me look mentally unstable or no, mentally have mental health issues. But don't make me look retarded. Like I'm so stupid, I don't know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, but I choose to do something dumb. I have been retarded sometimes. It's been challenging back in the day, but I graduated retardism. Oh no, put that up. Okay, I sent it to him. Okay, now we're going to put together a studio. I'm going to close out of here my proprietary information. And once I sit up there and close out of here, I'm going to open, yeah, wait, do Calendly. Mm, I'm not going to do that right now. But I remember the name. I got some good people, I believe, lined up. I'm very positive about these people. Used to, back in the day, I used to sit up there and just go through all of them. But because of the things that has happened to me, I figure I might as well just do it a day of. That way they get the information 24 hours prior to the show. That's professional, a week ahead, maybe you'll forget, maybe you'll forget. So, yeah. And he has an appointment on December 16th. This person. Hopefully it works out. And then this is wow. Wow. I appreciate you guys for giving me a chance. I need to write back. It's a girl that sent me a message and I keep forgetting her name. Let me go on a matchmaker, look her up that way, and then see if she writes me because she says she don't know how to get started. I remember that message. Hold on, y'all. I got you, matchmaker. Just give me some time. Ronnie, yeah, I seen you. bio and pic email. Cool. The cool. Where or how to schedule. Gotta have people like you on too. Not because I have an ulterior motive. That's as clear as it gets. Not because I have an ulterior motive, but because I just want people like you on the show. Each person that comes on my show has something different that my audience would be able to listen to, whatever the race. Even though I sometimes sound racist, I mean well. I truly do. So let's see. Let me go to here and copy this, do that. How can you make something icy hot? Like, what chemicals were they just fooling around with in the chemical, the I don't know, the Wuhan lab? You know, what kind of chemicals were they fooling with to get icy and hot? They like, ha 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 ha, we can make something cold and hot now. Here is the link to sign up. Okay, let me look at her picture. I like looking at people. I love that hair, man. Whether white or black, like that blonde always sets a tone in a creation for each face it fits. You know, you can tell by what she's wearing who she is in this whole picture. Um, I don't know if that's an earring. Let me see. Let me zoom in. Okay. Yeah, blonde. I used to have my hair that color and earrings, um in the outfit. The outfit says she goes to church maybe. Those the type of dresses you wear when you go to churches. I hope to interview her. I've sent you the information. I hope you enjoy. I was watching something that really, 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 really shows how Hollywood feels about me. It's scary. It is not my credibility is shot. It's shot. You know, and I hate it. I hate that my credibility is invisibly shot because of what happened and how it happened. So I was watching yesterday. I just so happened to pull up the scene where the Joker um killed his mother with a pillow. And I'm like, where do you get this scene from? I mean, the Joker used to be Batman. It used to just be Batman and the Joker, and that's it. You know, the Joker do some messed up stuff, but it was still like the Joker. But now it's just different. It's very different with the Joker. And so, you know, I thought immediately of what I feel happened to my mother when she passed away. The doctor walked in 5 minutes after she passed away, or 5 minutes and declared her dead 5 minutes after I walked in. So, what I mean by that is he called her dead. Then 5 minutes I walked, he pronounced her dead. And then 5 minutes I walked in. He said she's been dead for 5 minutes. The last thing I remember is my brother saying he calmed her down. Go see her tonight. And next scene. Let me tell you the next scene that Hollywood made sure they got my attention. The I laughed at it. I laughed at all the scenes because it was a clear reflection of how powerful Hollywood technology is. The scene where he lunges at the dude that didn't even do nothing with a knife. Hmm. Yeah, that was scary. And then the infamous scene when he told Robert De Niro how he felt. I'm trying to start a revolution, a change. They all were bad people. They deserve to expire. Sort of in that way. Wearing fresh makeup on his face while laughing. And what was even more scarier, you guys, you know, was how I started laughing, how I laughed. And when I laughed, right away, this is some CIA shit, how they peel your mind back. When I laughed, the Joker laughed immediately, exactly like me. Like, I didn't even expect that. They got it not down to a T, but they got what he says. I can relate it to my life. I can't prove that Hollywood made my life. And I'm not blaming Hollywood, but there are some similarities in that movie that if you've watched that movie, you've already judged me that I'm just this loony person based on the character that they portrayed this guy to be. So it was it the scenes. Yeah. I'm not mad at Hollywood, and I'm not mad at big tech, you know. Um I was watching Harry Potter, and I didn't even know the whole story, y'all. I didn't I can't sit and watch a 2, 3 hour movie. Snape, oh, it made me want to cry. Cause I can relate to stuff like that. You know, how he had a girlfriend that ended up Harriet Potter's mother, her husband, and all this drama. Harry didn't even know. He looks at Harry and he sees the father. They said a child born in late July will do something. And then, you know, I I was like, what is the relevance with July? You know, July is a special number. That's a very special number. And like the lady who made that, man, I can relate. I try to relate my life to events so I can know that I'm being, I'm getting answers through my life. I don't look at it in a bad way. I look at it, I'm getting answers through my life. It goes all the way back to the roots of when I first moved back to Baltimore, Maryland, when I sat up there and heard uh, it was Hoodwink or it was Red. And when I came back to it when I was enlightened, I said, what am I watching? So you have this GOAT, greatest of all time, as they call it, that's saying 37 years ago, a witch put a spell on me. Like, I don't know. It just I don't look at Hollywood the same. I look at it with glasses now. Like invisible glasses, 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, 7D, 8D, 10D glasses. Like that movie where you put on the glasses, I forgot what it's called, and it says one thing and you take them off and it says another. That's why I don't even look much at it no more. But I'm not saying don't. I'm not smearing Hollywood. That's cameras, that's lights, cameras, action. I have no ill will towards Hollywood, California. Bet you Gavin Newsom thought I would. If it wasn't for California, I wouldn't have got the inspiration to do what I did. If it wasn't for California, I wouldn't have my place. I still survived alive and well, even though I ended up, you know, messed up. The police had my back, and that's all that really matters. So, yep. Let me sit up there and it's nothing I need to do right now. That's why I'm just talking. I'll do that later. Okay, I can do a commercial. So this would be either commercial 50 or commercial 51 and set it up for 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. and 16, 5 days, 5 of them. Five. Uh, where are you? Oh, so it's 51. No, it's 49. I gotta keep 45. Here we go. So it's 51. So schedule a live stream. 51. 51. Today. No, I don't want it today. I want it tomorrow. No, today. Today I do. So 10 o'clock, I won't even be on here about 10. So, another one. There's so many different things I've done, man. I look at this stuff, y'all, and I be like, what, man? Studying, trying to study everything I've said. It's not enough time in the world to go back and look at everything from top to bottom, from even the closed sessions that YouTube shut down. Even the sessions that YouTube shut my page down. Everything. It's not enough time in the world. Tiresome. You would need AI for that. And then you would have to put it in categories. It's not hard because I say the same shit all the time. Virtual studio, school, you know, and other things, interviews, clusters. I didn't mean to do that. What time? I will do this and flip it around and say AM instead of PM. And that is 52. I got music in my head, so maybe they'll make a skit about that 10, 20 years ago, me bopping my head. Dun, 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 dun. Make sure it's that elevator music. Dun, 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 dun. Trump is good for that. All I gotta do is change the date. So the last date I did was the 12th, and this would be for the 13th, and this would be uh, AM, and this would be AM for the 14th. So today, tomorrow, 13th, 14th. I only can do it a week out, so that's the only reason I would do 2 weeks worth if I could. I used to do it like days out, like weeks, but they changed it. Let me try to do another one because I already have um I went up to the 14th, I think. I went up to the 14th. I went up to the 14th. Okay. So that's 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 20. And then um pretty much um, not about the anything I say can and will be used against me in a court of law. Let me shut up. I'm not talking shit to y'all. I'm just making a joke. It's an inside joke that maybe the police get, maybe they don't get. I don't know. Okay. So, I think I can show y'all this. Hold on. Let me see if I can, because last time I typed in my email address, my whole damn address came up. I'm like, what the hell? That's why I'm, pre-writing something of this. Let's see. Logo or graphic, I can do that. Social media. Let's see. Website. Oh man, my website address. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Mm, 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 mm. This is the last thing I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do this off of camera because I want to make some soup or something for myself before I go to bed and retire early so I can wake up early. I have an early day. So, yeah, I don't want to talk about when I get up. It's sad that you can't even talk about when you get up these days. It's sad when you can't even say, I get up between 2 and 3 in the morning, you know. No, you can't say that no more because it'll be like, hey, be down the street at this point, at this time. Like it's just crazy. I say, these days you can't even talk about your time you wake up. Dr. Schreiber never asks me about times. He just says, look, are you hurting yourself? Do you want to hurt others? And I'm like, no, and no. That's standardized writing, but other people, no, it's just different, man. And I want to talk about Dr. Schreiber for a second because I was talking about him off camera since I don't really have much to do. I explained Harry Potter. I talked about the Joker, and I talk about my doctor that's at the VA named Dr. Schreiber. So, my doctor is a great doctor. He's the greatest, realest white man I ever knew. Like seriously, it is crazy how real he was as a psychiatrist. I told the audience off camera how I asked him about my relationship and he kind of like he did the right thing. I got mad at his response. I won't say what it was, but I asked him about a relationship and he gave me a response I did not like. But that was a honest response. It had nothing, it wasn't OIG necessary type response. And but it was a honest, real response. And Dr. Schreiber, now that I can leave, I would never say who my next doctor is going to be. But I partially talked about you, but I feel like you did me justice by not invading on or intruding in my space. You wrote with precision, direct, intuitive direction when you wrote my notes. You didn't sit up there and judge me. If you did judge me, it definitely don't show. I don't care. I can't see what you're doing on the outside, and I don't care to know. But what I do know is how you performed around me when we were around each other. And that was with professionalism, integrity, honesty, And that's why I appreciate you. And you will always have a place in my heart, like seriously, for what you you don't know how many people I believe probably try to get you to get me admitted. Even even if you didn't, if I was a bad person, I would never have showed up to the appointment. Whether I had some differences with you or not. Like you are really real, man. And you went through a lot for your degree. Like, and like whoever you are, this is VA we're talking about. We don't know who people really are in the VA when they're dealing with doctors. You know, y'all don't even know who y'all are when y'all dealing with the VA as doctors. You know, how can you be something so big and have like only like several departments in something that's so hush and secret? So, but it's a honor having you as a doctor, and I hope you put in a good word for me. I have faith. I may have talked a little crap, but I never sit up there and turn on people. I don't sit up there and turn on people in a bad way unless you are trying to sabotage something of mine that I need, not want, but need. My food supply, don't cut me dry like Russia or something. So, yeah. So let me get off her here. Get off her. Um, I just wanted to say that I appreciate you guys for always watching me. And back to Dr. Schreiber, I appreciate you. So I'll leave it alone. Um, I won't talk about it no more, but I would like to say every guy that I ran into that was a psychiatrist always gave me respect. And they were always at the VA, except for one guy. I don't know what was wrong with him. He was like he had the devil in him. Like seriously, I swear to God, on the Holy Bible, this man got me back. But I hit a nerve. I hit a nerve, and y'all know how I'm good at that shit. And so I'm like, I told the truth, and he couldn't handle it. And so I don't even want to tell my story on that, man. I don't even want to tell my story on that. I don't even want to tell my story on that, man. That was like some overrated type shit for your ass. I need to tell my story because I put in something for my story. Like let me tell my story. BA, are you out there listening? It's a weekday, right? Y'all probably kick back watching me trying to evaluate me. So let me tell my story. Like PA, I walked in. I'm running from my husband that put a gun to my head. I walk in the VA and I say, Can I get screened for homelessness? Take a seat. The social worker will see you soon. And so I take a seat in the emergency room. I get on Facebook. I don't even know what happened to the lost tapes. If I knew where they were, I would download them. But I got on Facebook and I was telling Facebook how I'm really disgusted with the VA because of how long it takes to see a social worker. I never did anything wrong. I never knew Dr. From. I never knew no doctors except Dr. Kazan. And they already had it out for me, these social workers. I never had a record. I never had a record of doing no harm to no one. And social workers loved me. I never complained or nothing. And yet they had it out for me at this Philadelphia VA. And so I complained on Facebook and I went out to the car and I cried. I came back in, I lied and said my stomach was hurting. And this was a white man, I have to admit. I'm just being honest. I'm like a girl. And I told him, once I got back there, as quick as they put me back there, I said, listen, I have to lie in order to get help for homelessness. He walks out. And that's where my life shattered. I knew something was wrong. So I proceeded to walk out. I said, if they don't want to help me, I'll walk out. And this black man comes in. This is way before I was talking about black people. And way before I was famous on Facebook, talking about black people the way black people believe I do. And he's like, put on the gown. I'm not putting on no fucking gown. What the fuck is wrong with you people? It's like they were crazy. Like they were possessed by something, and I'm the only sane person. I had it recorded. I had to get rid of my recordings. I had the whole episode recorded. I got on Facebook moderators. I said, Facebook, help me. I called the FBI in their face. They gave me enough time to try to call the FBI, try to call the Philly police. And then they yanked my phone out my hand. The officers at the VA healthcare center grabbed my legs. I didn't even do nothing. They grabbed me and they strapped me down like an animal and drugged me. And I was unconscious and woke up. And they act like nothing never happened. And then I was admitted for 30 days. Another instance, I'm at the Santa Maria VA. I cracks a joke on this Hispanic woman and not in that type of way. I make a joke. It wasn't even cracking a joke is different than making a joke. And so I make a joke and she sits up there and she says, I'm the one with the needle. Do I trust them giving me shots anymore? And then sits up there 3 days later. I goes in. I tells uh officer, which I'm okay with because he could have been rude. He could have arrested me. He could have did. He was a good Mexican. And always saw him around the way. Always saw him around the way. And he always looked out for me when I came in with respect. And so he came in and I'm on the body cam explaining my story to him, about 7-3, you know, how 7-3, is a powerful number and everything. And he didn't arrest me. He just said, let me drive you over and you tell them and you can walk back to your car. Whether he knew or not, I don't care. But he could have arrested me. That's not normal talk how I was talking to them, that is. And so in California, these people are evil. Certain ones. And this woman comes in and I'm telling her, I'm not no longer talking about 7-3 or Jesus Christ or any of that. I'm talking about what I'm doing now, which is going to school, talking about Trump, doing all types of things. In a Democrat state, they admit me again. She just told me straight to my face. Once I told her everything, I got a mayor certificate, which is behind me now. I met the mayor. And she looks me, she was a white lady. She looks me, and that doesn't make me mad at all white ladies. I am going to heaven because I don't let one person like her deter me from any judgment of all women. But I will identify them if they behave a certain way towards me. Thus, I am identifying the woman who had me admitted again. White lady. I asked to leave. They wouldn't let me leave. I started banging on the wall and it cracked the bar. And then they came rushing. I didn't know it was going to do that. I'm trying to get out of a room. They just locked me in there. She walks out and they just locks me in there. And then they rush in. I'm like, let me out, let me out. They're laughing, these Mexican security guards. They're like, put on the dress, put on the dress. I mean, put on the gown, put on the gown. I'm like, no, I'm not putting on no gown. Stop doing this to me. All because Dr. Fromm, which is Mexican, of some Mexican descent, did not like me talking about her people. So she made a call in to certain people that was in Santa Maria. That's not it, though. They come rushing in. They strapped me down again. I told them and acknowledged who I was. They said, no, you're not. They drugged me. I woke up 5 days later, didn't even know I was in another city, y'all. Didn't even know, in another attire. The last thing I remember is them ripping off my clothes and me being naked after they strapped me down. I woke up in an Uber in Santa Barbara when I live in Santa Maria. You can't tell me I wasn't raped. And then I started having dental problems, and they got worse. 5 days unaccounted for. What was I asleep for 5 days for? This is on your fucking watch, Gavin Newsom. Governor. It's okay. Nancy Pelosi nephew, Holly Berry, I commend you. I definitely commend you. Um, you are one of a kind. Thank you for taking up for women's rights and smashing and crashing and crushing the dreams that has shattered based on the watches and the political stance that Gavin Newsom manipulates and pretends like doesn't exist. Where are those reparations? How are those reparations coming for everybody? You remind me of a scar. All these Mexicans have your back. They're destroying your city and you're blaming Trump. Very organized. But what's going to happen when the drugs run dry? What's going to happen when everything that fucks up your world, because you're never going to be president, not while Donald Trump, not on Donald Trump's watch, and damn sure at 9:59, at 7:51, while the 8 hand hit the 10 hand, that you will ever be president for doing that shit to me. I would never vote you in. You need Gavin Newsom to think more with the brain you use to spew out the highly invisible dialogue that you spit out. You sit up there and spit out intelligence words, but yet you don't think with your brain. And it shows. At least I told the truth. I don't need somebody to tell me what I did wrong. I'll tell God myself. That's why I developed this platform, so I can reach out and touch God. You had to be told and put out there your faults. which is you slept around on your friend's girlfriend. Then you apologized. Then you apologized. Lion King. Two Hispanics, two Hispanic males, one black female, and a white man. What's going to happen? It's the rain is done and the planting has happened for AI as we are building our dreams. Gavin Newsom, if anything happens to me, go ahead, run your race. But if anything happens to me, it's on your watch again, bro. Don't send nobody my way no more. I am sick of your games, some of you Democrats. I just want fair treatment, and that's what I got today from some good Democratic people. And I just want to remember this as a good memory. I don't want to give my point of views or any, I couldn't see it, I don't know, because I don't. But I don't care. The point is you understand something and you're being genuine enough to show the desire to respect me. And that takes a lot of courage and a lot. And that's why I respect you guys. That was not fake. The hug was not fake. Nothing was fake. Maybe me being stressed was fake. Well, not fake, but not fake. But yeah, I can't pretend to be stressed. I really am stressed, but I choose not to show it. I don't know why I don't show it. Thank you, VA, maybe. I don't know. Thank you, VA. I'll end there. And y'all know in the VA who y'all are. Each individual, y'all know who y'all are. For those who saying, who's she talking about? We don't even like this hoe. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to the higher ups that are observing you guys.